Hi everyone, thanks for coming. This is Heart-Centered Tarot, and as always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. So, welcome, sit back, relax. Hopefully we'll have some fun and, learn some things along the way. How do you like the background? Isn't it wonderful? It actually came yesterday, and I was just kind of a little out of sorts, so although I put it up yesterday, I thought, no, I'm going to wait until I'm in a better mood before I come on here and speak to you lovely people. So, how's everyone doing? I hope you're fine. I hope that you're looking forward to the last weekend before Christmas. I can't believe it. Honestly, I can't believe it. It's just, I know here in Calgary, it's cold outside right now. It's blue skies, but oh my goodness, it's cold. So I guess, if you go outside, you're reminded that it's winter, but otherwise, yeah, another Christmas on its way. So anyway, I'm just, let's get started. I'm glad you're here. And, don't forget, if you have any questions, if there's something particular that you'd like me to read on, leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let me know that if I'm, if I'm reading too much about one thing and you'd like, I don't know, maybe you'd like to know what the atmosphere is like in Turkey, I don't know, as an example. By all means, post a comment and I will do my very best to answer any questions that you have. It also gives me an opportunity to kind of figure out what people are concentrating on, what's important to you, and that sort of thing. So I hope you will do that. I hope that you will subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to like and share the video. If there's something beneficial here for you, that's wonderful. That's my purpose. That's the reason that I get on here, is to not only share the energy with you, but also to, hopefully make you feel a little better. A little better about the days ahead, a little better about what, what we're facing and going to be facing and so on. And just to keep our collective energy as high as it can be, because that spells success for all of us. So, before we get started, I will do the reading prayer. And of course, feel free to join in with me, and if that's not your cup of tea, that's just fine too. Think about something wonderful, think about something that makes you happy, do whatever you would normally do to raise your vibration. Okay, so here we go with a deep breath in and exhale. I call on my guides, ancestors, angels, and ascended masters to protect me as I receive and deliver these messages from Universal Spirit. May this reading and the messages provided be guided by, delivered with love, clarity, and truth. Reveal to me what should be known now, and keep from me what should remain secret. Guide me to always manifest the highest possible good for myself, my spiritual family, and humanity at large. Amen. There we go. Okay. So, sorry if I'm shaking you. I just touched something on the bottom and it just kind of moved everything, shifted everything around a little bit. Anyway, hold on while I do this. There we go. That's a little better. I kind of look like maybe I was a little tilted, but maybe I'm always just a little tilted. So, first thing that I want to do is take a look at the Oracle cards. This is the Return of Spirit. And just get an idea of, you know, where Spirit wants to concentrate on today and what messages might be coming up for me. You know, maybe the weekend or whatever. So, without further ado, we have Caretaker, Simplicity, and Recognition. What I'm sensing, what I'm getting from these is not only are we the caretakers of each other, we're also caretakers of the earth. This is, you know, we look after the earth not for ourselves. We do it for our children and for maybe our grandchildren and future generations. So we have to do our best to be, you know, good sovereigns of what we have been given. And sometimes the best way to do that is with simplicity, with, you know, simple living. You know, each be given according to their need. You know, if you're one person, do you really need to have a 5,000 square foot home? If you're just you, if you find that you're throwing away food at the end of the day, you know, maybe next time you're at the grocery store, pay more attention to what you're taking home. You know, just because something is on sale doesn't mean that it's a good bargain, right? So there are some things that, yeah, we can stock up on, and maybe that we should stock up on, you know, I don't know, canned soup, tuna, you know, things that don't spoil, that if we can't get to the store, you know, we can look after ourselves. But buying 10 pounds of peaches because they're on sale, is it a good deal if you end up throwing half of them away? You know, and that's waste, right? That's that doesn't help our earth. So take a moment, recognize the things that you are doing that maybe are not that beneficial to the stewardship that we've been given. You know, maybe watch your portion quantities, and you know, you don't have to eat till you're so full you're gonna burst, right? So take care of each other, take care of the earth, live simply, recognize what you're doing that is beneficial, recognize things that you could be maybe putting in a little more effort. So actually, you know what, I kind of like the message. I think it's a lovely message. So okay, now that we have that, and I'm thinking maybe how this is how the readings are going to be guided. So where am I going to go? I'm going to go to the tarot. And before I ask my first question, I just wanted to, did you guys hear that the judge in the Ghislaine Maxwell case made a ruling on the defense being able to anonymously call witnesses, or to have witnesses testify anonymously. And the judge ruled no, that's not going to happen. And I said as much in, I don't know if it was the last reading or the reading before or whatever, but, you know, recently, yeah, I said that that wasn't going to fly. So I think that if anyone wants to come to her defense, they're going to have to face public scrutiny, just like her accusers are. So one of the things that I want to start with is Liz Chaney. Now, Liz Chaney is a Republican, Dick Cheney's daughter. I have never been a great fan. However, I must admit that I do want to give her kudos for what she is doing and what she has done so far with the January 6th Commission. And I took a little pleasure when she called out Trump and his supporters for the January 6th insurrection. And when she called them out one by one, kind of by name, and said, you sent this message, you sent this text, you made this phone call. I think, and my feeling is, my hope is, that Liz Chaney represents maybe the better Republicans that are out there. The ones, the Trump supporters and their ilk, they have identified themselves as not being people of good substance, moral character, or whatever. However, there are, I think, a good number of Republicans who found that it was not that it was beneficial for them to be quiet, but that they were maybe they were waiting for their moment to speak. I don't know. I really want to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, just like there are good and bad people in every country, every community, every ethnic group, every home, every family, right? I hope that she becomes a little bit of a standard bearer for those Republicans who are ready to stand up and say enough is enough. Donald Trump is not the Republican Party. His supporters do not speak for the rest of the Republicans. We know who the bad players are. We should also recognize the good players, right? John McCain, God bless him, was one of those good Republicans, right? That did the right thing, not the most expeditious thing, not the most vote-getting thing. He did the right thing. And that's why so many people admire him. God admired him and still do. So, Liz Chaney, is she the future of the Republican Party? Is her working with the January 6th committee, is this going to increase her her visibility, but also her no, I don't want to say power, her being able to resonate with a lot of other Republicans who maybe up until now have kept quiet. So, what's Liz Cheney's future with the Republican Party? Okay, well, 9 of Wands. Yeah, she feels a little battle weary. That's the 9 of Wands is like the, you know, the wounded warrior. That's the word. I don't know where my words went today. If you find my words, could you tell them to come back? I might need them. Okay, and the 5 of Wands. So yeah, a lot of defending. We have got, this is the Page of Pentacles. We have got Judgment. And we've got the Magician. So, you know what? If there's a lot of the diehard Republicans, the ones who, you know, want to see women chained to the stove at home and, you know, barefoot and pregnant and all that kind of good stuff, without a voice, without an opinion, because, you know, what she thinks will be told to her by her husband. Yeah, a lot of those, she scares them. She scares them. She has played the game with the boys. She has fought with the boys. And she's walked away, you know, being a little more successful than the boys were. And they can't really understand that. They can't stomach that. How dare she? How dare she? Is there no one out there who's going to control that little lady? No, I don't think so. Judgment is coming. And it is, Judgment is not going to be kind to the old school Republicans and so on. And you know, not that, excuse me, they don't want me to talk about this. Okay. Not that I want anything bad to happen to anyone. Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, whatever, anyone. You know, a lot of these guys who want to return to the good old days are getting very close to seeing the end of their days. So, you know, it's not, it's just nature at work. So, I think the upcoming Republicans, the ones who want to believe in what the Republicans believe in, what they stand for, are going to separate themselves from the current group. So, Liz Chaney, I think that Judgment is going to favor her. I think that the people that are going to be in positions where they can make a difference are going to recognize that, you know, the days of the dinosaur are over and that it's time to move ahead. And, you know, kind of culminates with the Magician, right? Having access to all the tools that are necessary to go forward. The, you know, as above, so below, being able to manifest a brighter future. So I think that, yes, for her, it looks very good. It looks like, you know, she's definitely going to have a part to play in the new Republican Party. So, and bottom of the deck, yeah, the Three of Swords. That's the heartache of the old GOP. So, yeah, they know their time has come. Their days are numbered. They have not achieved what they wanted to achieve. Thank goodness they haven't. So, and there's that. All right. Let's move on. And next thing that I want to look at is, apparently, you know, Roger Stone was, and you know Roger Stone, he's kind of looks like the Mr. Clean, but he's not. He's slimy and he's dirty. Entertainment purposes, YouTube. So he was in front of the January 6th committee to answer some questions, and he pleaded the fifth. He pleaded the fifth. And this is the reason why. This is what he said. I pleaded the fifth, not because I have done anything wrong, but because I'm fully aware of the House Democrats' long history of fabricating perjury charges. Roger. Roger. How can you say that with a straight face? Like, really? How do you say that with a straight face? Not because I have done anything wrong. The only people who plead the fifth are the people who are guilty. If you have nothing to hide. I mean, remember the days of Hillary Clinton and her emails? You know, what is she hiding? Why can't we see? We deserve transparency. We need to see if, you know, if she's not hiding anything, then, you know, why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? Roger, if you're not hiding anything, why are you pleading the fifth? Like, you know, this kind of action, it really annoys me. And I'll tell you why it annoys me. Because when people like him make comments like that, they do it with the assumption that the person hearing it, me, is stupid. And I'm not stupid. So, as my dearly departed dad would say in his very broken English, you want to make assassination to my brain. Meaning, you want to kill my brain with garbage. You know, like you presume that I am stupid. So, Roger, think of something else. Think of something. Think of what Melania Trump would say. Mr. Stone, be best. So, is this going to backfire? Is this kind of garbage about, yeah, the Democrats, House Democrats, and their history of fabricating from a guy who supported, and still does support, an administration that whose lies ranged in the thousands and thousands. Every single day, every single week, there's, you know, there's going to be encyclopedias written about the lies Trump told us, and so on. Anyway, is this going to backfire on him? So let's take a look. Emperor. I stand behind my king. I believe in my king. I will support my king. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Really? Let's talk about that support. I got a couple questions. High Priestess. Yeah, I joined my sister over there, and yeah, when she's done with you, I have a couple questions too. And, oh, by the way, I know about your secrets. And we have the Eight of Wands. Coming in fast and furious. There's the evidence. And Temperance. Temperance. Well, we'll give you an opportunity to think about this for a minute before you give the answer. And what's at the bottom of the deck? We've got the Six of Pentacles. The rewards, the financial things that were promised to Roger if he did A, B, C, and D. Well, sweetheart, you can't get blood from a stone, and Trump ain't got no money. We all know it. So, is this, how's this going to work out for Roger Stone? Not good. Not good. People are onto your lies, they're onto your stories, they're onto your delusional thinking, they're onto the what world do you live in and whatnot. And the more that you act and say things like what you just said, the more that people shake their heads and go, yep, that's Roger. Oh my. You know, do you remember that old commercial? I can't remember. I think it was for a college or a university, and it said, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Yeah. So true, Roger. So true. They've got the evidence on you. They know. They know what you did. Truth is coming for you. And you and the Emperor, yeah, I think you're going down. Okay. So, next thing that I want to take a look at is Russia putting together a list of demands as they are sort of amassing troops on the Ukrainian border. My feeling is that this is all show. That Putin is posturing. He is... I really don't think that he's well physically. And this is just a way to kind of keep himself believing that he's just as sharp as he used to be. He's just as dangerous as he used to be. He's a power to be reckoned with, and so on. I really honestly don't think that's true. So, I'm going to change from the tarot to my cards. And I'm going to ask, is this just Putin posturing, hoping to stay relevant when his power is actually fading? Okay, maybe that should be two questions. Is Putin's power fading? Prosperity. Success is assured. Be kind. Fear. False evidence appearing real. And the chakra balance card. So, is he just posturing? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And why is he posturing? Yes, that goes to question number 2, because he is not as powerful as he used to be. He does not have the physical or the mental strength to carry what he's been doing. So this is him acting, or the people around him acting to preserve the image of Putin, right? The fear, the false evidence appearing real. There's nothing wrong with him. He's doing what he would always do. I do not think that's the case, and I think that's why the Be Kind card kind of showed up in the middle, which is, you know, he's not a nice person. Why would Be Kind show up? And I think it's because he is losing his faculties. So, is he posturing? Yes. Okay, I'm going to keep these cards and go to the second part of the question, because I think that this is all kind of going to work together. And that is he losing power? Divine guidance. He's always been able to kind of intuit what needs to happen next. You know, he sees he is a little tuned in psychically himself, so I think that he's picking up on that, the power. Expect delays. Friendship. He's let it go. He is not trusting of the people that are around him. He is questioning those that are around him and just how loyal they really truly are. You know, they're putting up roadblocks in his way, and there's not much that he can do. And I'm getting chills up and down my spine as, you know, the thought came into my head that I don't know that he's going to see the end of 2022. Entertainment only. There's sorrow and anxiety. There is challenges and roadblocks ahead. communications that are happening, the follow your gut, and illumination, things coming to light. Yeah, I think this is exactly what it is. It's a lot of posturing. It's a lot of, look here, look what we're doing, so on. I wouldn't say that the Ukraine has nothing to worry about. I think that there might be, kind of a dip the toe in the border kind of thing, just to show that we can, but really doesn't amount to anything. There's not the Russian military isn't what it used to be. It's and Putin's hold on things isn't what it used to be. So I'm not feeling very good for him right now. So, okay, all right. Enough of that. Let me think about something else. And oh, hold on. I just need to breathe out of that energy. It's not nice. Okay. There we go. All right. That's it. Go away, Belle. Go live someplace else now. Okay. Now, I hate to talk about Trump, but my God, no, he's the glue that binds us all together. Part of the reason that I joined this online community was to be able to read on Trump and to kind of meet with like-minded people and know that there are better days ahead. We're going to be just fine. Trump was a shock to the system. And as I've said a couple times, he might very well have been a necessary evil. The light that shines on the cockroaches in the room. So, that is what it is. So, there was a report that was released, and I think it was the House Oversight Committee, about Trump and the administration undermining the COVID-19 information when it first came out. And I think if anybody else was in power, and they were faced with a pandemic, had they acted morally, had they advised the citizens, there would not be close to 1 million people that have died. I think some deaths would have been unpreventable. It's what happens during pandemics. However, certainly there were people that died who didn't need to. And they died because the president and his people were talking about, oh no, this, this is going to be gone by Easter. Oh, don't worry about it. A little bit of mouthwash, a little bit of chlorine bleach. It's not a big fake news. Fake news. How do you know all these people died from COVID and don't get vaccinated because you don't know what's in the vaccine and so on and so forth. Really, truly, I think a lot of people need to be held accountable for the deaths that they caused. And they're guilty of manslaughter as far as I'm concerned. So, what's going to happen? What's going to happen is there going to be any kind of fallout from this, or is it just going to be, the old SSDD, same shite, different day? Okay, well, let's see. What do we have? Forgive. Act fast. Dreams will manifest soon. Follow your gut. Power. I think that a lot of people would have different opinion if Trump and his administration had come out and said, listen, folks, we've got a pandemic on the way. This is what we need to do. This is how we're going to lessen the effect of what it's going to do for this country, what it's going to mean for a lot of our residents, what it's going to mean and how it's going to impact our economy. So, we need to act fast so that, we can get back to being able to gather with our families and so on. Had they done that, even though some deaths would have occurred, it would be a lot easier to forgive them because they would have done everything in their power. Since they didn't, and since they really went the other way, I think that it is going to come back and haunt them. They're going to be remembered for what they didn't do more than what they did do. So, sorry, answered prayers and connect the dots. Yeah, there was a lot of people were praying. A lot of people. There was, how many church groups were no. We follow our president, and he said this is nothing. He said it's, well, yeah. And when they did start moving, it was baby steps. It was like, you kind of had to be pulled along to do the right thing. And answers come in dreams. There was a lot of be kind again. Be kind. I'm trying so hard. The answers come in dreams. How many people were hospitalized and ready to be intubated who said, no, wait, can I get the vaccine now? Well, no, sorry. I'm going to try to be very kind to you as I put this tube down your throat and hope that you survive this. Hope that the next thing you see is is a family member, or one that hasn't passed away, you know, one of the live ones. So, yeah, I think that there are going to be repercussions, and in particular, the more that people learn about what happened, the more that they're able to connect the dots on why things weren't done. You know, the big players had to organize their you know, their share structures, and who's going to get what of what medication, and you know, very, very selfish acts that had nothing to do with people being sick, and everything to do with you know, people making a profit. So, and speaking of Trump and the Trump family, Eric Trump recently came out and said that no, we aren't smart enough to collude with Russia. And again, I think of Roger Stone and what I said about him. You know, one of us here is stupid, and it's not me. Yeah, Eric trying to, you know, yeah, we're not smart enough to do that. We're not, no. And yet I think he was the same guy who, talking about Trump finances and so on, you know, when they were talking about dealing with Russia and so on, said, oh, well, you know, yeah, the vast majority of our funds come from Russia. Oh, sweetheart. I almost, not quite, almost feel sorry for the Trump children, because, you know, how can you expect to produce a great wine with old, half-dead grapes? You know, they are who they are because of where their genes, where their heritage, where their DNA comes from. So, you know, I almost, in a way, feel sorry for them, because, you know, they were doomed to failure, and yet at the same time, you know, believing in that universal free will, I think that they could have chosen maybe a different path along the way. You know, they could have made different decisions for themselves, but they didn't. So anyway, yeah, we weren't smart enough to collude with Russia. Yeah, it's just doesn't sit right. Doesn't sit right. So I think we're probably going to start hearing a lot of things about how the Trump organization, the Trump children, you know, Donnie himself, and so on, how they just, yeah, we're just not that smart, really, when you think about it. Well, yeah, we know you're not, but, you know. Anyway, I just wonder if we're going to start saying more and more of this kind of step back, defensive talk to try to set it up so that, you know, someone else can take the fall, because we're not smart enough. So, success is assured. We have balance, the karma balance, Let it go. Surprise. And follow your gut again. I swear there's lots and lots and lots of other cards in here. I don't know why some of them keep coming up, even though I shuffle. So, yeah, I think this is, they're hoping to be able to kind of point people to the, looks and think about this, think about that. Does that feel right to you, that we're that smart, that we could do that? I mean, everybody knows we're not smart. So, we're more lucky than smart. And yeah, like, let it go. Let it go, boys. It's not working. It's not going to work. So, yeah, it's not going to be a very Merry Christmas. The Trump households or the Kushner household. Oh, well, what can I say? All right, before I let you go, I just thought one of the things that that I would do is I have these little starseed cards, and they're by Neri Anastasia. Anyway, and you know what? I play with them sometimes, and I'll pick a card for the day or whatever. So, seeing it's Friday and we're going into the weekend, whatnot, I thought, well, I'll pick one that, something that we can think about, concentrate on, whatever, over the weekend. So, let's see, which one shall we pick? Which one shall we pick? Oh, okay, this one wants to come out. Starseed. Excellent. It says, raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I said in the beginning of this this reading. Remember, is raise your energy to as high as it can possibly go. And when you do that, share it with others. Invite them to raise their own energy as high as they possibly can. And the higher that we are, the more connected we are, the more positive we are, the more benefit that we bring to the world. So, with that, I will say thank you so much for joining me in my lovely fireplace and stockings and whatever. So, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope that you are enjoying the holiday season as much as you can. And I will probably be back on in a couple days. We'll see what we have to read on at that point in time. In the meantime, be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Know that I'm extremely grateful that you're there. And I love knowing that I'm surrounded by fantastic people. So, until next time, be good and have a wonderful weekend.